Laptop yangu imezima ndo.
Today is a great day. We have converged here at the gate of Nakuru Players Theatre. My name is Engineer Kimori Evans, and today we are going to launch a petition to the Nakuru County Government in this regard that the Nakuru County Government has decided to give a cold shoulder on the closure of this vital component that enable the artists, the creators, the content creators, the influencers to be able to nurture their talent. This is the petition which I'm going to read right away. The title of the petition is Reopening Renovation of Nakuru Player Theatre for the benefit of local artists. This petition, we the undersigned residents are deeply concerned about the prolonged closure of Nakuru Players Theatres, a historical cultural landmark established in 1954 and a cornerstone of Nakuru's performing art ecosystem. The theatre has historically provided a central space for local artists to perform, rehearse and engage audience while offering affordable facilities for the financial sustainability of creative productions. Its closure had severe consequences, has reduced artist production. Many performance groups have had to drastically scale down production due to unavailability of affordable and central located rehearsal and performance spaces. Financial constraint. Increased operation cost has negatively impacted artists, technicians, and all stakeholders dependent on the theatre activities for livelihood. The cultural heritage at risk. The theatre houses central old photographs, pops, costumes, and archives crucial Nakuru cultural historical, which has been rendered irrelevant by its closure. It has also created a community impact. In this sense, the absence of a functional theatre, the public to access it, the arts, and it limits engagement in constructive cultural activities. We therefore respectfully petition the County Assembly to ensure immediate discussion of this status and timeline renovation of Nakuru Players Theatre, allocate the necessary budget and oversight to reopen and maintain the theatre in a manner that local artists and preserves its heritage. Engaging stakeholders, including local artists, community representatives, and support such as the Ministry of Heritage in decision making to ensure transparency and alignment with the interests of the creative sector. We request that the Assembly consider this petition urgently and provide a clear action plan to reopen Nakuru Players, the theatre for the benefit of artists, audiences, and cultural heritage. Key points on closure of Nakuru Players Theatre. It has caused the loss of creative and learning spaces for artists and students, students missing out on set book performances and live theatre learning. Your loss of safe social and creative hubs such as actors, TikTokers, influencers, and so many others. This theatre played a role in talent development and creative economy. Unfortunately, it has been closed. Closure happened as a major private development came up nearby raises concern about public land transparency, including the landmark building that is coming just behind us here. Is it a strategy to make this place a parking for that building that is coming up there? We need to ask such questions. In this regard, I wish to read the media statement which the members of the Fourth Estate, the TikTokers, the influencers will be able to share to the public to ensure that this theatre has been opened within a period of 2 weeks. We are deeply saddened and concerned by the continued closure of Nakuru Players Theatres, a space that for decades has played a crucial role in nurturing talents, creativity, and artistic expression in Nakuru County and Kenya at large. Nakuru Players Theatres is not just a building, it is a cultural hub, a place where young people discover their voices, where artists meet, collaborate, and grow, where residents of Nakuru come to relax, learn, and enjoy theatre and performance art. Such spaces are essential for any progressive society. Unfortunately, Nakuru being one of the largest county in this country, we have 55 wards, 11 constituencies. No single area has been designated to have a theatre. And it is out of this issue, which is a total disregard of closing the theatre. The creative economy is one of the strongest income avenues for this generation, from performing arts, theatre practitioners, musicians, comedians, TikTokers, live streamers, content creators. It has proven to be a game changer, providing employment opportunities, income, and purpose for thousands of young people. It is therefore extremely unfortunate, and at a time when we should be encouraging young people to express themselves positively through art, the decision hurts audiences and hurts the local economy. The economy around this theatre is significant. Small businesses, food and vendors, transport operators, tailors, designers, technicians, and nearby shops all benefit when the theatre is operational. Closing it has contributed greatly to already vulnerable businesses in Nakuru town. Looking at an example is Hotel Kathy. As we are speaking here today, Hotel Kathy has closed down, and it is just next to the theatre. Looking at the street down here, TikTokers have been rendered irrelevant. They are only skating around this place, imagining when this place will be opened. Look at the benches. They are sitting down there, yearning that the next leader who will come here and be able to think that these people need this theatre to be opened. Unfortunately, they are sitting down here thinking who will come on board and give the directive. I want to say that this is a total disregard of the people of Nakuru. Today, we are representing a petition to the Nakuru County Assembly, calling upon members of the County Assembly to act with urgency and ensure that Nakuru Players Theatre is reopened and fully operational as soon as possible. The people of Nakuru deserve access to cultural spaces and public utilities meant to serve them. We are also deeply concerned that the prolonged closure of the theatre may point to a possible attempt at land grabbing, a pattern we have sadly witnessed before in Nakuru. Including myself, have suffered a fate of land grabbing. I have a case still in court, someone forging my land. So it is something that we need to check into that. Public utilities have previously been closed forcefully and later targeted as a takeover. Even in cases where court orders exist directing their reopening, a good example is the mighty War Memorial Hospital. We do not want Nakuru Players Theatre to suffer the same fate and consequences. Kenyan leaders itself has benefited immensely from the creative industry. Members of Parliament like Honorable John Kiarie and Felix Oduor, aka Jalango, rose from comedy and entertainment into national leadership. Not to mention even people like Churchill Live, who have been brought up by the creative economy. This proves that the theatre and creative spaces are not a waste of space. They shape leaders, voices, and change and nurture them. It is painful to see the same generation that benefited from such platform is not doing enough to protect such opportunities in the next generation. I want to challenge you, Jalango. I want to challenge you, John Kiarie. Go to Parliament and speak about this theatre in Nakuru. Go to Parliament and make your voice. Go to Parliament and speak about it. I am speaking to Churchill, who has nurtured many people in this theatre of Nairobi. But here in Nakuru, Churchill, I want to challenge you today. Go and speak to the people who are respecting. If there is a conflict here, Why can there be leadership to resolve this issue? As the incoming governor of Nakuru, I am fully committed to ensuring that the people of Nakuru, especially young people, have safe and accessible space to express themselves, perform, relax, and grow their talent. If the current county administration failed to act, I am personally willing to volunteer a space to ensure that the artists are not silenced and creativity in Nakuru is not killed. I remain dedicated to protecting public spaces, supporting the creative economy, and ensuring that Nakuru become a county where talent is nurtured and not suppressed. We call upon Nakuru County Assembly to act with haste and defend the interests of the people of Nakuru by ensuring that Nakuru Players Theatre is reopened and protected unconditionally from any form of illegal takeover. Lastly, and this is a very important note to point, that since the closure of the amphitheatre, the Nakuru youth have previously relied on it as a platform to showcase their talent, have been left without an alternative space. As a result, many have been forced to take street shows along Kenyatta Avenue and within CBD, including this road here, to express their only means of expression as a livelihood. Despite the visibility of this challenge, the current administration led by one Governor Susan Keheka have portrayed a cold shoulder. The continued lack of action has left young, creative, marginalized without safe, designated space to grow their talent and contribute positively to the city. Art must live, creativity must be protected. Nakuru deserves better. We, the members of the same avian species, of the same plumage, who have conglomerated here today, believe in championing the youth of the next generation. Believe in championing people who will be able to think of the next generation, but not the next election. Members of the Fourth Estate, I wish to thank you for coming here. We do not want leaders who are keenly giving a lens of building houses and hotels and building swimming pools. We want people to build what can nurture the next generation. When you look at the statistics which was laid out recently with a certain NGO, the crime rate in Rift Valley has increased, specifically in Nakuru, and the crime rate, one of the contribution factor of increase of crime rate in this county is because of lack of this theatre. This theatre has been closed down for more than a year right now. No one is speaking about it, but they only speak about the crime rate. They are only not speaking about what is the solution to this youth. Nakuru County has the highest youth in terms of population, and they are going to redefine the next generation, the next election. And we, the residents of Nakuru, we will not sit at the comfort of our pillows and see our youth go down without being nurtured. This is a very clear poster. We have put up a petition of more than 3,500 youth have already signed up. Those are just content creators and artists. They will sign with their parents and each and every resident. So we will be leaving this thing here to give a message that we want this theatre to be opened with immediate effect. And the failure to that, after another 2 weeks, if they are not going to respond to our petition, we will put another notice, even if it is to have a demonstration, let it be. And if they are not going to listen, we will go further and exercise within our constitution to be presented in the next police station, because he does not want to listen to us. So if that one goes on and she does not listen, we will ask for a civil arrest for apeleko station aweze kuongelea huko. As we have put the petition, we are calling for the artists who have been given the mandate and the management to resolve, if there is an issue, to resolve it with immediate effect. If there is no issue, let this thing be open. Let this thing be opened immediately. So the leadership of the theatre in Nakuru, we have decided to take things on ourselves right now. We will not leave it at that. So there is no benefit of closing this thing here. We want our theater back. Period. Yes, we have tried reaching up to them, but they have their own conflict. They are saying things either here or not there, and that is where the leadership comes in. That is where the leader, as a leader of this county, comes in and say that the youth are suffering because of your angles, or else give it back. In fact, it is under the county government. It should anyway be given the mandate. And let us not hear things like privatization. No. We want this thing to be owned as it remains, the status quo to remain. So their leadership wrangles because they are saying these things here and there. But as a leader, that's why I'm calling people like Churchill to come on board, people like Jalango to come on board and speak about this thing in parliament. The whole of Nakuru County, from Kresoi South there to Naivasha down there is no single theater. That's why you're seeing so many people going back to the streets, drawing the streets, doing what they can, and you can see they are seated outside the theater because it is closed. And finally, who pays the soldier there? Which means there's something that is not right. And this can even go to the president's desk.